This is Fred Beck from Fred Beck Fighting. I'm joined over
Sorry.
by Astrid Wett. Astrid, it's good to see you again. How you been?
Good to see you. Thank you for having me on. I've been very good. How have you been?
Tired? Well, actually, I'm going skiing, which is quite exciting, I guess. I'm leaving Sunday morning at 5 a.m. So it's good to go skiing, but then leaving that early is
Oh
quite.
my God, that's
I have that dilemma. Do you go to sleep?
I've never been skiing.
Really? What? Why?
Yeah, never.
Why?
I don't know. I've just never had the opportunity. I'd love to be fair. I feel like I've got quite good balance, so I think I'd be good, but just never been.
Well, I've got that dilemma because the flights are like 5 a.m. Do I bother going to sleep? Or do you just stay up the whole night and sleep on the flight or on the travel?
I would, yeah. If it was me, I would literally stay up the whole flight and just sleep on the whole night and then sleep on the plane.
The plane's like 2 hours, so you can't really sleep much.
So yeah, you won't be getting a full night's sleep. If it depends though, because if your flight's at 5, you're gonna have to get to the airport at like what, 2, 3. It
Mm.
depends how early you go to bed. If you can fall asleep at 8, then go for it. But I'd
No.
struggle with that dilemma too.
Yeah, that is rather early, but talk about yourself. How's training going down in Southampton?
It's going very well. I'm really enjoying it. It's tough, but it's always going to be tough. We've been sparring a lot this camp, so I'm very, should we say, conditioned to having shots coming at me. So yeah, it's just made me so much more excited and more confident to actually fight. So yeah, training is going really well.
How different was it, your fight with Keely, compared to normal sparring in the gym?
So with Keely, bless her, she came out absolutely swinging. There was no real like stance. There wasn't really any like straight shots. It was just pure swings. Whereas I think that AJ is going to be a little bit different. So I've been sparring people who are like semi-pros, have been boxing since they were like 8 years old. So yeah, it's just getting used to those straight shots coming at me, knowing how to kind of counteract it or when to just kind of get out of that situation. So it's been a lot more technical rather than just with Keely. I was just popping out a jab when I saw an opening, but with this, I've had to think a lot more on my feet.
And why have you increased the amount of sparring you're doing compared to the last camp? It's just you're kind of stopped
I
up.
think, yeah, it's just with the first camp where I hadn't been in camp that long, it was really mainly about getting the basics done because I was a real beginner. Like I'd never ever done boxing or anything before. Whereas with this camp, because we've got like the baseline kind of like movements, I'm not going to say skill because I'm not skilled, but because I know how to kind of move and I know the basic movements, they thought it was beneficial just to get me in the ring a little bit more and just get used to those shots coming at me and feeling that nervous energy because it's all good and well doing it all on the pads. You might look amazing on the pads, but actually getting in there and fighting somebody is a whole different story.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair enough. I guess in front of all the people, all the adrenaline, the lighter gloves will be a little bit different to say the least. But your opponent, Bunker, what do you think about her?
I've known her for a little while just because of social media. I don't really know much too about her or know her personally. She's had a few fights already. One loss, one win. So yeah, I think she's a good opponent. I was a little bit worried that people may not be interested in the fight because there's not really any real kind of beef there. But to be honest with you, I feel like there might be some brewing because I did message her and she's completely pied me. So yeah, I don't know what her problem is, but I feel like she's good. She's a good opponent, but I'm definitely going to beat her.
Can I ask, what did you send? What did you send her? A text? What was it?
Well, there was a little bit of like a mix up with like some of the contract stuff. And I think she was a little bit worried that I wasn't going to sign. So I kind of messaged her and was like, don't worry about it. Like, we're still fighting. Like, sorry for the confusion. And she didn't message me back. I was like, oh, okay, she's angry. But yeah, again, I was a little bit concerned that no one would really want to watch the fight. But I think it will be interesting. She's quite a not good boxer, but she's got quite a big history of she was training for MMA and then she's had a few fights already. So it's going to be interesting.
Hmm. Is that why she was making all those videos on TikTok saying, Astrid, why are you ducking? Or why are you not signing the contract? Does that kind of explain it then?
A little bit, yeah. And also, like, I have wanted to reply on TikTok, but to be honest with you, I don't really know what to say to her. You know, she's signed, I've signed, the fight's happening. I know I'm gonna beat her. I feel like there's no real need to like go a little bit crazy on TikTok. She posted 3 videos in 3 days, which was a little bit needy if you ask me. But yeah, that explains the TikToks a little bit.
Hmm. Who's that guy on TikTok? The really fat guy with his belly wobbling. What's his name?
Yassine.
I've seen. Because is he? How did he appear? 'Cause he appeared out of nowhere almost. What's his deal?
Literally the most random collab. We just got talking on social media. And you know, I was saying how I loved his stuff. I thought it was so funny, and I'd seen him like on a few like literal like football videos. Like some clubs have literally posted them on their own TikTok. So I was like, this is mad. But yeah, we were just chatting about a collab, and I said I don't mind traveling. So I just ended up out in Turkey, filmed these few little collabs. But he was so sweet. Like he's honestly such a lovely guy. Bless him. We were literally just talking through Google Translate on our phones. But yeah, it was really nice. Bless him.
Okay, you got a free holiday in Turkey, I guess. And it did what, like 10 mil views, 15 million on his TikTok, wasn't it?
Yeah, it did about. I don't know what it's on now, but the last time I checked, it was like 21, 22 million, which is mental for TikTok. And yeah, it did about 3, 4 million on mine. So yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, those views aren't too bad. Is he going to the fight? Is he going to come over?
I don't know. I don't think he will. I haven't asked him, to be fair. Maybe I'll give him a ticket, see if he rocks up.
Him sitting in ringside. Just a few more
Yeah.
points. Seen AJ's five Elbrook, and what did you make of that? I'm guessing you have seen it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't really want to base anything off of that fight because AJ literally went into that fight with only 2 weeks' notice. And obviously that feels like such a long time ago now. That was last what, July? Obviously AJ would have improved massively, Elle's improved massively. So yeah, I'm not really basing anything off that. Sorry, someone's trying to ring me. Not really basing anything off that, but she did well to go all 4 rounds with someone like Elle, and you know, not give up. So yeah, I think that she's got the fight in her. She's different from Keely. Keely gave up after the first round, but yeah, I think if there isn't a stoppage, she's not just gonna like give up.
Yeah, I guess that's fair enough. I mean, AJ, she definitely is quite tough, but the fight between you and Elle, could that ever happen? Or do you think it's for the weights would just be stopped by that?
Yeah, it's difficult because when we agreed to fight on Kingpin, it was at 52 kg, so it's not like she was never that weight. But obviously she's kind of shot up. You know, she's probably gained muscle or you know gained weight through camp. I don't know. But I've somehow like stayed the same. I've gained a little bit of weight, like mostly in muscle, but it's really hard for me to gain weight. So yeah, it's a tricky one. Unless she can come down and I can go up a little bit, it's probably not going to happen. I know it's the fight that everybody wants to see, but it will have to be one that's on like a big card. I think that would be like one of the end fights.
What's the KSI Jake Paul fight on that undercard? That'll be targeted for that fight.
Possibly, yeah, I think so.
Were you impressed by Elle's win last time out though against Faith? Do you think?
It was an impressive fight, but I wasn't overly impressed. You know, I think I watched Faith's Instagram story afterwards, and even she agreed that Elle just kind of like both of them just got into a brawl. It was just swinging, 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 and it was almost like whoever could land the first punch was going to be the winner. So it was kind of more down to luck. I mean, you know, fair due to her, she did a good job. Like it was an intense fight. Credit where credit is due. It was good, but I think I don't know if I would call it boxing. It was just kind of run out, swing. Whoever's lucky enough to land the best punch, the hardest punch is gonna do the most damage. So yeah, it didn't last long either, did it?
Do you think if Faith had landed one of those punches before Elle, the fight would have gone the other way?
I think so. Yeah, I think if Faith had maybe just thought a little bit more like on her feet, maybe if she had just kind of backed up, boxed on her back foot, and just not got into that just brawl with Elle, then I think it would have been a different story. And Faith even admitted that. But it was a good fight, fair due to both of them. It takes guts to even get in the ring, and sometimes, you know, nerves and that, everything that you've learned just goes out the window. So yeah, fair play to them for getting in the ring. But yeah, bless her, Faith. I think if she had just stuck to her boxing, gone on her back foot a little bit more, and like thought about her shots, it would have been a different story. But
Okay, that's fair enough then. I was going to say Faith could be an opponent for you, but then I guess the weights are too much as well, because I think Faith was,
yeah, and Faith is tall as well. I didn't realize how tall she was.
yeah, she's really big. Obviously from America. Got the Creator Clash, and you've also got Kingpin returning, so I guess you'll have a bunch of females in there you could face.
Yeah.
But if it's not Elle and after your AJ fight, who do you think you could be in the ring of next then?
To be honest, I have no clue. I don't really know. There's a few people that have been beefing me on TikTok, so I might have to, you know, ask them to put their money where their mouth is and see, you know, what their beef is. But honestly, after AJ, I'm not really too sure. But I think it's good just to focus on like the fight in front of you, and then after you can start having some beef with somebody else. Can't deal with too many people hating on me at once. But yeah, I'm just really excited to get in the ring. Like I said, I've been sparring a lot, and I just feel like it's preparing me so much better than anything else. So yeah, I'm excited to get in the ring again.
And one more thing, this is the Misfits belt. It's a nice looking belt. How does it feel to be the first woman fighting for that belt?
Feels pretty crazy, to be honest with you. But if I'm like truthfully honest, I'm really not trying to think too much about the belt. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. For me, this is just another fight, and I'm going to go in there and get the win, and then the belt is just an added bonus. But I think if I win and I have it and I've got it, I'm going to be really, really chuffed. So yeah, it's an amazing opportunity. I'm very lucky to be the first girl to fight, well, one of two girls to fight for it. But yeah, I'm sure I'm going to get it.
Making history, which must sound pretty good. But you were doing a lot of interviews last time. It would be nice not to chase people the whole time and just kind of do your own thing.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much hard work it was for you guys. And it's not even just like, obviously you're on your feet all day, you're chatting all day, you're filming all day, but it's also feeling a little bit like, I don't even know how to put it, a little bit out, like you don't want to be annoying people. You don't want to be like kind of in people's faces. So yeah, I didn't realize it was going to be like that. I didn't really want to interrupt anybody or like be annoying to anyone. But it was really good fun. I really enjoyed it, and I hope I get a chance to do it again.
There's a fine line where you don't want to cross it. I probably do cross that line quite a lot. Then again, you're just chasing the job. Not bad.
Yeah, you have to do it, don't you? It's something you got to do. So yeah, go for it.
Exactly. Apart from the boxing, what else you got coming for yourself before the fight? Or is it just everything's training kind of scheduled in?
Yeah, at the moment, training is pretty much taking over my life. But I do have a really exciting 5-part series that I'm going to be dropping on YouTube actually, which is where I'm going to be training with 5 different influencer boxers. So they're going to see the whole training session. We're going to do a few fun challenges, and then there's going to be like a scoreboard of like who wins like all the challenges and stuff. I can't reveal who it is, but that's coming very soon. So that'll be dropped there's one video every day for the fight week. So 5 days before the fight, there'll be a new video. Okay. So yeah, I'm excited.
One video for the fight. But thanks so much for your time, Astrid. I do appreciate you coming on, and I'll see you fight week. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Fred.